As you've watched this VIP video series, I hope you've taken time for yourself to think through some of the changes you would like to make to transform your life. I'm Maria Gauthier, a certified executive and life coach. Welcome to this bonus video in my VIP Power Up Your Life video series. As I've said throughout the series, I want you to love your life, all of it. If there's something you don't like in your life, then you have the power to change it. It's up to you. The first video invited you to think about your life and whether you were truly happy with it, whether you had achieved the goals that you had set out for yourself, or whether you were still trying to figure out what those goals should be. In video number 2, I gave you an exercise to gain clarity around the vision for your life and how you might accomplish your best potential. In the third video, I talked about the difference between change and transition. I gave you a glimpse into what is going on in the brain when faced with a change event, and I also gave you a tool to help support your brain get past resistance. I hope you took some time to stop and think about how you react to change and how you go through the different transition phases. We all react to change differently. Some embrace it, some even go looking for new ways of doing things. Others put more energy into resisting change than they do into transforming their lives. In this bonus video, I want to continue talking about the ups and downs you may encounter as you go through the transition process by looking at a change cycle model. But before we go to the model, I want to give you a quick recap about the difference between change and transition as we saw in video number 3. Change is an event or situation. It's external and it happens quickly. Change events fall into two groups, voluntary and involuntary. Transition is the mental adjustment that happens inside us as we accept and adapt to the change. It's a time between doing things the way you've always done them and the time when you start doing things differently. Transition is internal. It's a process and it happens slowly. It has 3 phases: ending, neutral, and new beginning. If you haven't seen video number 3, I invite you to visit my website at redworkscoaching.com for the links. All of my clients have undergone transformative changes in their lives. Everything from deciding to retire, accept who they are, better communication, to being happier at work, spending more time with family and friends, and being kinder to themselves. They had to change the way they thought about themselves, their situations, and actually think and do things differently so they could find the inner peace and happiness they were searching for. As I've already said, the process of transition is easy for some and difficult for others. The transition journey my clients go through can be illustrated using the change cycle model. In this model, there's an enthusiasm for change axis and a time axis. At the beginning of our coaching engagements, clients are usually a little nervous about starting to make changes, and their enthusiasm for change is usually midway between low and high. Some absolutely can't wait to start, and others are not sure what their starting point is, but they know they need to do something differently. As they start making changes, they experience some early wins, and their enthusiasm for change increases. There usually comes a point, however, at which time some realize the hard work and the dedication it takes to keep doing the new action, and may even start to feel some level of resistance to doing something differently. For some, the transition is quite uncomfortable, as it takes a lot of focus to keep their new behavior going. This ultimately impacts their enthusiasm for change, and it dips to a low level. At this point, some of my clients want to quit, and they want to go back to what they were used to doing. If you remember from video 3, I talked about your brain on change. When our brain is in a negatively emotionally charged state, generating emotions such as anxiety and fear, our learning brain is switched off, and we proceed on automatic pilot, reverting back to our hardwired thinking, feeling, and behaving. This ultimately reduces our capacity to think. This is what's happening at this point of this cycle of change. But by talking about their thoughts and feelings they're having with the new ways of doing things, they are able to see the progress they've made in a very short time frame, and they can see the benefit of it in the long run. They're also able to recommit to themselves, and the transition starts to become a little easier, and they can see their way forward to success and creating new positive habits that will serve them better. So does the cycle of change resonate with you? Does it look similar to your past transition experience? With the cycle of change model in mind, please take a few minutes now to think back to a personal change event you went through and see if there were any similarities. Did your enthusiasm for change dip really low at one point? Did you get past it, or did you revert back to your old hardwiring? What did you do to get past it? It's very difficult to change old habits because the neural pathways are so deeply ingrained. That's why, as a brain-based coach, I support clients to create new habits. When those are firmly in place, clients realize that their old habits are not even a concern. We just need to allow ourselves the time required to go through the transition one step at a time. So the next time you go through a transition, keep the cycle of change in mind to help you understand where you may be in your journey. Just remember that we all go through transition in a different way and at different speeds. I want to support you in taking that first step in your transition and help you gain clarity, make new personal discoveries, and develop a new confidence. I want to be with you as you make that breakthrough that will springboard you onto the path to building new habits and make your vision and goals a reality. In a few days, I will be officially launching my VIP Power Up Your Life personal retreat. This is your opportunity to begin to create your extraordinary life more quickly and more easily than you ever thought possible. This program will give you a chance to get your feet wet without taking a huge chunk of your time. And if you make the commitment to do the work, it will set you on a path that could just change your life. Remember that spending time on yourself in this way is an investment in every sense of the word. You are worth it, and those around you also deserve the best you, the happiest you possible. The time is today to start achieving your goals and making your dreams a reality. For more information and to register for the VIP retreat, please go to my website, redworkscoaching.com. Remember, this is your exclusive and personal retreat, as it will be specifically tailored to your needs and you will work one-on-one with me. I would love to hear from you, so please leave me your comments on what stood out for you today. How will this information make an impact in your life? What will you start doing? How will your life change knowing this information? If you're watching this anywhere other than at my website, redworkscoaching.com, head on over there now. Leave a comment, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, or subscribe to receive email updates. I'm Marielle Gauthier with Redworks Coaching. Thanks for watching and have fun creating your extraordinary life.